Alright, next up we have Colonel-Majora, and he's going to talk to us about an oldie but a goodie. Sailing versus sailing. Who's going to win?
Why, hello again, my fellow rambling Zelda fanatics. This is Colonel-Majora, and welcome back to good old Legendary Reflections. Today I'm going to discuss something related to an old segment of mine. I was looking back on some comments about it, my old Wind Waker sailing versus Skyward Sword flying segment, and one person's comment was interesting. It was the Hylian Monolith that said the real question is Phantom Hourglass sailing or Spirit Tracks engineering. Now I thought about that, and bear in mind those are good games, but probably my least favorite ones. And the two transportation mechanics are so different that it's kind of tough to compare and contrast the two. But there's one pair to compare, pardon the wordplay, Wind Waker sailing and Phantom Hourglass sailing. I remember judging the comparison right after starting Phantom Hourglass, so I'm going to go through 3 of my 5 big points about video games that I think should be judged first. Gameplay, control, and music. Story isn't really a part of this since no big plot things happen in either game really on the ocean, even though I kind of wish they did. And graphics are not really a big effect on this argument. So, to start off with gameplay, I'll have to talk about what exactly you do with the boats themselves. In Wind Waker, you definitely have more leeway, since Link can exit the boat and freely move around in the water and on nearby land. I miss this a lot in Phantom Hourglass because it just makes you feel less confined and like you're in a more realistic world where you have less boundaries. And this also meant that you could park your boat virtually anywhere, so you wouldn't have to go back to specific little docking areas all the time, in Wind Waker, at least. There's also the extra parts of your boat that you have full control over in Wind Waker and not so much in Phantom Hourglass. Wind Waker's grappling hook was usable on your boat and on land, and though you didn't get the whole minigame style of bringing up treasure like in Phantom Hourglass, it was still actually preferable. It took less time and therefore left you more time to find more treasures elsewhere, whether you were looking for little on-water lights, the little light rings, or by putting your sea chart and treasure charts side by side in that neat little fashion. Then there's your cannon. Phantom Hourglasses was much easier and faster to use and had infinite ammo. But is that better? In Wind Waker, you had to actually tip and turn the thing around and judge where it may land, just like a real ship. And Salvatore's cannon game in Wind Waker was way better than in Phantom Hourglass. Finally, the wind mechanic, in general, sometimes it's annoying, but still better than Phantom Hourglass with, oh look, new sea chart area, dodge line, waits half hour doing nothing. Now, don't scream at your iPod saying, hey, Wind Waker has this problem too, 'cause guess what? At least you could move about on your own, slowing down and speeding up and turning as you will, shooting down different monsters, dodging barrels and tornadoes and warship fire, keeping an eye out for treasure, going into submarines and sea platforms, using the mighty Tinkle Tuner, get out of here Rish, everyone else loves him, fighting big octos, jumping over barrels for rupees, stopping at little extra islands, and waiting for the darn sunset as you sail in actually flowing time. While Phantom Hourglass has you waiting for Lineback to move you across a navigation line with few enemies and few interesting islands in perpetual noon hour. Not so cool. They tried making things easier, but they just made them kind of boring. At least Wind Waker had a little difficulty to it and had loads of things to do, making you feel like a real navigator. While Phantom Hourglass teaches you to draw lines, I guess. Anyway, you get the point. Now for the controls. As I said before, Phantom Hourglass gives you more control over certain parts of the ship, like the cannon and grappling, salvage arm, quote unquote. Also, you can go inside the ship's engine room, and you can go fishing from time to time. Wind Waker, though, gives you more use of the things you actually have. Again, the grappling hook is usable on land, and you have loads of helpful charts and treasures to bring up from the ocean floor. Phantom Hourglass has, I believe, one necessary use of the salvage arm, and Wind Waker has several necessary and even more optional but more entertaining uses. Now the ship itself, again, Wind Waker wins. The King of Red Lions can basically adjust speed, jump for actually good reasons, while Phantom Hourglass's jump is just another crappy gimmick. You can use on-sea items and drift about with the R button for detailed movement. You can jump in the water and speak with the Red Lion King for advice whenever you want, and Phantom Hourglass's only big step up from all this is that you don't need to change the wind's direction to go certain places. And now, music. As I said in the sailing versus flying segment, Wind Waker's sailing music changes plenty of times. Besides the normal ocean theme, there's music for the Cursed Ocean, on-sea battles, big octo fights, music for certain islands that you may be going by, total silence at night, which is nice, and simply slowing to a stop during the day. Besides Phantom Hourglass's main sailing theme, which was just an undermined version of Wind Waker's, it only has changes during Jolene chases, which last for about 5 seconds, the time tracking the ghost ship, time fighting the ghost ship, and the ocean mini-boss fight theme, which, again, is ripped off from Wind Waker in the big octo fights. Wind Waker's music was beautiful, and I remember loving the tunes even more at the Symphony of the Goddess. Like, it just sounds fantastic. But Phantom Hourglass's music, I'm pretty sure didn't even make the cut for the concerts. But hey, in the end, I think you know my standing. Wind Waker wins with about 98% better content, at least in the sailing mechanics. Along with all these things, the ocean's bigger in Wind Waker with about 49 islands versus about 20 locations, including ships in Phantom Hourglass. Wind Waker's difficulty is fairer and not ridiculously easy. You get early access to the entire ocean in Wind Waker, while Phantom Hourglass holds you back, and there's plenty more things to consider. But I won't go into them, because I think you get the idea. But now it's your turn. As usual, send me your feedback at Colonel-Majora@gmail.com, all one word. Do you think that there are any reasons why Phantom Hourglass's sailing is better than Wind Waker's? Or vice versa? I sure think Wind Waker just wins completely, barring a couple little factors. Anyways, thanks for hearing one of my heavier rants. One of my more extremely opinionated ones. And I'll see you next time. So good day, good night, and good game.
Okay, Colonel-Majora, you know what? I do have to agree with you that it is probably better Wind Waker over Phantom Hourglass. However, I do have to point out with the locations versus islands thing that one's a handheld and one's not. That's a big thing for me.
I don't really have an opinion. I've never actually played Phantom Hourglass. Well, I played the beginning, but I didn't.
She will play it. I do own it.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point. But I just hated sailing in Wind Waker altogether, so, yeah.
Din's not a sea person.